Did I ever tell you how I used to watch Band of Brothers?
9:30.
When I first came into the series, we'd go out at night and I'd come home and I'd be so excited. I'd run up to my room and this was in college, and I'd start watching Band of Brothers and I'd eat sunflower seeds. It's weird, but
It's not weird because it makes you feel like you're spitting, like chewing.
Sure, yeah. And now every time I watch it, I'm like crave a sunflower seed.
Nice. This is probably the best military show ever created.
Oh, by far, yeah. Just like the peak. And then what was cool, they had this one, obviously, Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks, they produced these. Then they did the Pacific, which we've done, which was awesome in its own right, but it didn't really live up to this.
This just had the perfect characters.
It did. Everything was perfect. It's hard, like we talked about in the other one, Catching Lightning in a Bottle.
Yeah.
And then Masters of the Air, which was a phenomenal show also, but again, not Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
But that one was a great show.
Winners, like, and it's crazy that he's in the show. Like at the end, you get to see him. Yeah. And like, you're a real person, and it's like Winners is the show.
Oh yeah.
Captain Winners, even though he becomes major and keeps getting promoted, and then it's so crazy to me. And we'll talk about it in later episodes that all of a sudden Captain Winter's talking about like what jobs he's gonna work, and once he gets out.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, you've made this massive success in this career. Why would you think about doing anything else than just being a military guy?
Dude, yeah, but could you imagine you've been in World War II for 3-4 years?
You want to do anything but war.
Yeah, this is the last thing. You're like, I want to take this uniform off and never look at it again. But what's crazy is, or what's pretty cool, I think, is that because of this show, how many officers have been inspired, or just regular people have been inspired to emulate Winners.
Oh yeah,
and be just like him.
I mean, he's incredible. There's so much in here that just shows off his great leadership. Welcome to this episode, though, by the way, guys. We are doing Band of Brothers, episode 8, and we are going to try and finish up Band of Brothers for you guys. I know we've been dragging this out for a long time. Such an amazing show, but we're finally at it. Just so you guys know, Ruck Trainers are finally coming back. So keep an eye out for those. Make sure you sign up for the email list. They will likely, if the hype stays from past sales, they will sell out very, very fast, especially since we haven't sold any in a while, just because we've been focused on other things. But we're now finally getting back at it. I got a garage full of Ruck Trainers. We'll do a pre-sales soon to get rid of the first batch. And so make sure you're signed up for the email list so you can get that and get those pre-sales.
Yeah, man, we get so many messages for those Ruck Trainers, and
They're
I'm
amazing.
sorry that we haven't done them for a while. They are very labor intensive. We are a small operation, but we are bringing them back for you guys, so definitely check them out. Also, check out Barbell's pre-Black Friday sale. Right now they got $99 pants, any type of pant, whether it's the Covert pant, the chinos, which are my personal favorite, or the anything pants, $99. If you ever break them, rip them, get bigger, get smaller, you can trade them out for free. Awesome return policies over there.
Yeah, I dig the Coverts, so go check out the Coverts. You'll like those. And $99 for those Coverts is smoke a deal, especially since you can send them back if they get holes in them. Yeah. Because those are meant to be outdoor pants. So go tear them up and then send them back and get new ones.
I've used them for traveling, like over in Europe and stuff. Pickpockets everywhere. They've got little pockets where you can zip things up. It's just, they're great.
Cool. All right, let's get in the show.
I was a veteran of D-Day and Market Garden and had been with the company since its formation. But now, because I had missed Bastogne, I was treated as a replacement and felt like I was starting all over again.
Hey, look who it is. Nice digs, huh, Webb?
Yeah. Sergeant Lipton?
Yeah. Hey, look what I found.
Feeling all right?
There you go. He's got pneumonia.
Sorry to hear that.
What are you sorry about? He's alive, he's got a couch, goddamn blanket, snug as a bug. Yeah.
Sergeant Malarkey said to check with the...
I just think this scene's insane for two reasons. One, being in combat and having pneumonia would just
oh my God,
horrible. Like, your life already stinks, and then you get pneumonia, forget it. And then two, you were with this company since formation. You go to war, you get injured, you go to the hospital, and instead of going home, you go back to war, and because they had been through so much, you're now the new guy on your own team.
Yeah.
That's insane. And then they give him a hard time later. It's like, you couldn't get out early and come back to war. That's what this guy did. That's what this guy did. And it's like, dude, the standards were bananas.
Dude, I remember when we were in first group, I remember going to schools, and I was gone for over a month or something, like a month and a half maybe. I come back, and I'm walking through the hallway, and there's like newer faces in the hallway that I guess had just shown up or whatever, but people were like looking at me like I was a new guy, and that was just over like a few weeks.
Yeah.
But it's strange how things move on so quickly, you know.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you're not there for a little bit, everything changes.
Yeah, they'll leave you behind in a heartbeat.
Want any other guys from any other platoon?
No. Oh, I don't know. Not that I know of. Look, that's all I know. I'm sorry.
So it's McClung, Heffron, and Ramirez.
I'll tell them. I just need
Listen up! Got some bad news. There is a patrol set for tonight. So far, Spears wants McClung.
No. Yeah, we've just fucking heard. Webster here told us.
Snitches. All right, pause. To get that mission is essentially like a death sentence. Like that's not something you want. Like you're knee deep in combat over and over and over. All you're trying to do is survive to the next day, so that hopefully you can get to the next day, and then they'll call this war off and you can go home.
Right.
And then you get called out for a mission that's go behind enemy lines in the middle of the night and try to capture one of them and bring him back alive with you. That is a death sentence. First of all, that's a special operations mission all day long that you're just randomly getting sent out on. And that's how they used to operate. It's like there wasn't really special operations. Like
They're just
that's
plugging
you.
regular grunts.
Yeah. It's like there's regular army, you, special operations, you, covert intelligence, you. So you're the guy. And so they picked this group and they're just dreading this horrible mission. And it's an awful mission.
Yeah.
So they're just like, no. Like good chances that you don't come back from that.
It's one of those times in the military where they start reading off names and you're like, please not me. Not me.
I'm not personally going in.
Martin, right?
Martin and McClung. Supposed to stay in the rear and give them cover.
Yeah, it's the best place to be.
I thought that was really interesting as they're prepping the rifles is that he was lighting his front sight post.
Right.
And I was like, why do they do that? So I looked it up, and what I found was that they trying to get black soot on the front sight post to dull it out. So that way, if they're ever sighting down like a far target, they didn't get any gleam off it that could cover up the target. So
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's just something in order for someone who's a snapshot at long distance, they can get that black soot on there, and they have a nice flat black front sight post. When they put it on there, no gleam off the sky or off the sun could make them lose their target.
It's one of those things that only comes with experience.
Yep.
Like you've been doing this so long. One day you went to get a good sight picture and all of a sudden you're getting blinded.
Right.
You're like, well, how can I fix this?
Yep.
And it's such a simple thing too.
Yep. Just light it on fire, turn it black. I was like, that's pretty cool. I just watched it and I was like, what is he doing? Why is he lighting his front sight post on fire? I was like, oh, pretty neat.
World War II would have been a miserable time.
Yeah, dude, it's
Jeez.
so awful.
I was talking with somebody about it the other day, and he was like, oh, what was the longest you were gone? I was like, oh, I was gone for 6 months at one point, because we were talking about the kids and stuff, how tough that was. And I was like, nowadays with like FaceTime and everything, it makes it a lot easier. It's not a good like one-for-one replacement for dad being home, but at least you get to see things. Yeah. World War II, could you imagine going to war for 3 years at a time?
No.
Your only correspondence back home are letters, which are sporadic at best. Yeah. Like a letter's going to take how long to get there and then get back. And so I could not imagine that sort of isolation from your home base, from your family for that long. They don't know what's going on with you. They don't know if you're alive or dead.
Everything could be changing at home and you have no idea.
Oh, everything is. Life still goes on. Yeah. And you get back home and just... Now you got to reintegrate hopefully with the family, and you don't show up and somebody else is already integrated in.
He's like, hey, buddy.
It's like,
who are you in your house anymore?
Who are you, new guy? He's like, I'm not the new guy. This is my home.
Keep it steady.
So much for a covert op.
I know, right? I can't swim.
Oh my gosh, you picked a guy that can't swim to go on this mission, And then they didn't get to pick them. Obviously, it came from higher command. But you got freezing cold water to attend with.
Ooh.
You got guys that can't swim. Your exfil is getting back into a little rubber dinghy that hopefully is still holding air by the time you get back to it. And then you got sea wire and dug in fighting positions and set patrols. Like, everything is against you. This is a horrible operation.
Yeah, the only thing I'm looking at right now is the temperature, which is obviously freezing in the water. Being cold and wet it's my worst enemy. Yeah. That's like one of the most uncomfortable and worst things I can imagine.
This is a full out special operations mission that they're sending guys that are tired, exhausted from battle fatigued, hungry, not wanting to be there. And there's not special operations. These are guys that, are grunts that are just day in, day out. Most of them didn't even choose to be in this war.
Yeah.
So, and then you're being like, hey, special forces mission, you guys go. They're like, this stinks,
You're going to
dude.
do a snatch and grab.
Yeah, and then you somehow have to take them alive. This is a horrible operation.
Nothing about this is fun. Peace of mind.
Stay still! Keep trying to buff in there! Keep those crowds quiet! Hold! Keep just take care of them. Remember watch best. Let's go, Webster. Let's go. Split them up. Come on. Cover me, keep those men quiet. McClone, cover it. Stay still. Take the charges. Prime it. Shut up, you two.
Listen, no offense. Like, I know it sounds terrible, but if I'm on this mission, those guys that we're about to take captive, like, I'm whooping them up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm pistol whipping them. I'm knocking them around a little bit. Like, I need them to not be fully aware. I need them to not be fully confident and fully strong. Like, I don't want an actual fight if this guy decides now's my chance.
Yeah.
If I look away for a second, he's like, dink. Like, I need him
to let him know I'm not the one.
Right. I'm gonna knock him stupid a little bit. So I'm probably gonna, at least hit him with my buttstock and rough him up a little bit, and then be like, plus you're, getting them to be quiet, controlling it, and it sounds terrible, but I have to get control of this situation.
Yeah. I mean, this is a life or death situation.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a little strong-armed with these guys. Mm-hmm. I was looking at the other guy. What was the injury? What happened to him?
They threw grenades in and he ran in too soon and then got some backlash to his face.
Well, the other part about that is, so now they've got a guy that's down. So they've got him who's injured. They got another guy that's down with him. I feel like you got to get a hold of the situation first and then help tend to that guy, which, the medicine back then was a lot different than it is now. Now we understand, like, first thing is self-aid, then buddy aid. So you're going to be taking care of yourself as much as you can. Once you get the situation under control, then people can help you. But
and we learned so much from them, and we learned so much from the battlefield throughout all the wars. But one of the things we learned, especially looking back on this, they used to, for pain management, they use morphine. Well, morphine, we know now, has a histamine release which vasodilates. So if you're already bleeding out and you give yourself morphine and then get that histamine release and you get more vasodilation, you're bleeding out faster.
So vasodilation, basically your blood vessels get bigger.
Yeah.
So now instead of a constricting effect, now it's just like opening a spigot, basically.
You're opening and allowing that blood to flow out faster. Yeah. So you really don't want vasodilation when it comes to pain management. So we know now there's other medications, other pain management you could use when your blood pressure is soft, and you could assume that if someone's bleeding out that their blood pressure is going to be soft, and you definitely do not want to use morphine because of that vasodilation effect, and it's going to drop their blood pressure.
What I'd like to see, because nowadays every soldier, everybody that's in the military learns CLS, so combat lifesaver. So it's very basic medicine, and what we always learn for that is stopping major bleeds, basically. So tourniquet, high and tight. And I know back then they didn't have that, and even the use of tourniquets wasn't a big thing back then. And so now we know from all these wars, World War II, Vietnam, I think the tourniquets came in like around Gulf War era, somewhere around there. But for all this time, it's like people got shot and stuff, and they're just like bleeding out, and they didn't realize that if you just put a tourniquet on, you could cut it off.
Yeah.
And you could stop the bleed, at least temporarily, while you move them somewhere. And that was, one of the better things that came about after that, is we learned from those mistakes. Now everybody knows how to use tourniquets. You learn in basic training.
Yeah, we learned a ton from these wars.
For me, says it's not befitting your rank.
clears.
Congratulations, Major.
You've been promoted.
Gentlemen, we're ready.
I'll drive.
Dude, poor Sergeant Winters, man. Or poor Captain Winters, now Major Winters, and then Colonel Winters. The dude just keeps getting promoted.
He's like, I just want to be with my dudes.
Yeah, he just wants to run his men and like lead his men, and he can't because every time he turns around, he's getting promoted. And it's like more responsibility, more responsibility, more responsibility. He's like, dude, leave me alone. I'm happy where I'm at.
Yeah, and the crappy part about that is for somebody like him that literally just wants to lead his men.
He doesn't.
Every
want to
time he
get
gets promoted, he has less and less interaction with the guys. Like
he keeps sending them up the chain to be higher echelon, and it's like that's the last kind of person that wants to be that. But those are the kind of ones that get promoted because they're good leaders.
It's funny to see like how some officers are all about rank, making rank. That's most or a lot of officers' dream.
Is to just get promoted as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but then you find those really good officers that just work really great with the team or really great with the dudes. And then obviously since they're so good, they get promoted up and out. And you're just like, oh, that sucks.
So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed that episode. 9 and 10 are just absolute bangers of this show. I'm like losing. I forgot the name of the show.
Beers and bed.
Oh, yeah, beers and what?
Beers and bed
Beers and brothers.
Beers and brothers.
Beers and brothers.
Dude, we're tired. Dude, we're running out of this all day. So 9 and 10 are some bangers, but we will save that for another day because obviously we are exhausted. Hope you enjoyed that episode, and I can't wait to break down the next one. We'll get more clips going on in the next one. Make sure you sign up for the email list because the rec trainers are coming soon. They're going to be dropping most likely end of November, December timeframe. We'll do a pre-sale. So hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.